I want to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself. When was the last time you truly felt understood? Not just heard, but truly understood. When was the last time you did not feel alone in a room full of people? When was the last time you went to sleep without that quiet ache in your chest? That feeling that something is missing. That feeling that nobody really sees you. That feeling that you are surrounded by people and yet completely, utterly alone. Long pause. If that is you right now, I need you to know something. You did not find this video by accident. God sent you here today because He has a message for you, and He wanted to make sure you heard it. Welcome to Divine Message Today. Today I am not going to preach at you. I am going to sit with you because loneliness is real, and it deserves to be treated with honesty and with love, not with empty words. Today we are going to talk about what God actually says about loneliness and what He wants you to know in this very moment. Let us begin. The first thing I need to say is this. You are not weak for feeling lonely. Loneliness is not a character flaw. It is not a spiritual failure. It is not a sign that something is fundamentally wrong with you. Some of the greatest people who ever walked this earth felt deeply lonely. Elijah, one of the most powerful prophets in the entire Bible, sat under a tree in the wilderness and said to God, "It is enough. I am the only one left." He was exhausted. He was isolated. He felt completely alone. And God did not rebuke him. God did not lecture him. God sent an angel who touched him, gave him food and water, and said, "Arise and eat, for the journey is too great for thee." The journey is too great for thee. God saw Elijah's exhaustion. God saw his loneliness. And His first response was not a sermon. It was provision. It was gentleness. It was care. God sees your loneliness too. And He is not judging you for it. He is coming to sit with you in it. Loneliness hurts so deeply because you were never designed to be alone. In the very beginning, in the Garden of Eden, when everything was perfect, when there was no sin, no pain, no brokenness, God looked at Adam in the most perfect environment that has ever existed, and He said, "It is not good for man to be alone, even in paradise, even without sin, even in the presence of God." The human heart was designed for connection, for relationship, for love. So when you feel lonely, that ache you feel is not weakness. It is proof that you were created for something more. That longing inside you is God-given, and it is also pointing you toward the only one who can truly fill it. Now let me tell you exactly what God wants to say to you in this moment. First thing God says, "I see you." In a world where loneliness often comes from feeling invisible, God wants you to know He sees you, not just in a general way, not the way a crowd sees a face. He sees you. Psalm 139, verses 1 to 3 says, "O Lord, Thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways." Acquainted with all your ways. Every quiet moment, every tear cried alone at night, every prayer whispered when you felt like nobody was listening, God was there. God heard. God saw. You have never been invisible to Him, not for a single second. Second thing God says, "I am with you." In Matthew chapter 28, verse 20, Jesus said, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Always. Not sometimes. Not when you have it together. Not when you are strong enough. Always. In your loneliest 3 a.m. moment, God is there. When you are sitting in a crowded room feeling completely invisible, God is there. When you drive home alone and the silence feels suffocating, God is there. He is not far away, waiting for you to get better. He is right there, closer than your next breath, holding you in ways you cannot always feel, but can always trust. Third thing, God says, your loneliness has a purpose. This might be the hardest thing to hear, but it is also the most freeing. Your loneliness has a purpose. God sometimes allows seasons of loneliness, not to punish you, but to draw you closer to Him. In the noise of life, in the busyness of relationships, we can easily forget to truly seek God.
But in the quiet of loneliness, when everything else is stripped away, we finally get still enough to hear His voice. Hosea chapter 2, verse 14 says, "Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her." Wilderness. God speaks most clearly in wilderness seasons. Your lonely season might be the season God has been waiting for, to finally have your full attention, to speak something into your life that can only be heard in the quiet. So practically, what do you do right now? 3 things. 1, talk to God like a friend. Not formal religious prayers, not perfectly structured sentences. Just talk. Tell Him you are lonely. Tell Him it hurts. Tell Him you need His presence. David did this constantly in the Psalms. Raw, honest, real, and God met him every single time. 2, stop waiting to feel connected. Start serving. This might sound strange, but one of the fastest ways to overcome loneliness is to focus on someone else's need. Volunteer somewhere. Call someone who is older and alone. Help a neighbor. Serve in a church. When you pour out, God pours in. And in serving others, you often find the very connections you have been praying for. 3, believe that this season is temporary. It may endure forever, but joy cometh in the morning. This is a season. Seasons change. The right people, the deep friendships, the genuine connections your heart is longing, they are coming. God has not forgotten the desires of your heart. He planted them, and He is faithful to fulfill them. Before I close today, I want to speak directly to you, watching this right now. I do not know your name. I do not know your story. I do not know how long you have been carrying this loneliness, but God does, and He wanted me to tell you today. You are seen, you are known, you are loved, with a love so deep, so wide, so unconditional, that no human relationship could ever fully contain it. You were not made for surface connections. You were made for deep, real, lasting love. And the God who created you is that love. He is not asking you to stop wanting human connection. He is simply saying, come to me first. Let me fill what nothing else can fill. And then watch what I bring into your life. If this message spoke to your heart today, please share it with someone who is feeling lonely right now. Your one share could remind someone today that they are not forgotten. Subscribe to Divine Message today for a powerful new message every single day. God bless you, and remember, you are never truly alone. The God of the universe knows your name, and He is with you right now in this very moment. See you in the next video.